guarantee you, Yanko, but not just yet, because it's the U.S. Air Force. Aim high, head-to-head, Bit in one corner, Breeze in the other one. And, well, for Breeze, it's looking a little bit better. We can give him that.
Yeah, he has been playing better with Daps too. I think it's just obvious that Daps isn't going to take any space or do anything. He's just going to try and enable head with simply, he killed them a couple of times in apps or out of apps. It definitely helped EG in that first half. And for Bit, yesterday he did have a quiet game, but as I said, it came down more to the strategy and anti-stratting from Big than it did to him failing. And here he came much better, prepared in much better form and had a dominant game.
Yeah, and that shows. I think also, too, when you start to look at that pretty damn close, or on paper, it looks pretty close. There was still a fight here left for EG, but then in that second half, they grabbed the first 4, then it's 6 the other way around. What really started all that, Yanko?
Well, what started that really that we're going to show is where you see that even though they had some good reads, EG did, they counted on Navi coming B, and they, on paper, were set up for that hit, but unfortunately, just the coordination wasn't right there. Some small missteps from players individually, and that enabled Navi to take those rounds, even though they weren't favored, perhaps, to do so. So this is just end of the round. I think a little bit under 30 seconds left. You can see how Navi is all set up here towards Banana to do a B hit, and we see Bit over here. He's going to lurk in this round. So I'm just going to play it out now. So we'll see how the CTs are set up in this. Whoop. Let's do this.
What have we done here?
A bit of
a blunder, they call it? I think
a blunder, they call it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, you want to run that back?
All right, there we go. So now we see the CT setup here. We have Daps here. He's on a flash. Obo has a molly. You can see Mihu, he's on a molly as well. So what's going to happen now is Obo is going to return his incendiary, try to make it more complicated. You can see the nades flying in, the double Molotov from the T's here for triple and for dark. Flash comes in from Daps, but Mihu can't really play with it because he was blind. And here he should just release his incendiary here into the corner of the pool, right? You see that there's a smoke for first box here, so that really would disable Navi players for taking this route. They would have to go on top of first, or go through the smoke, or go through the CT smoke, all difficult paths to take. But he doesn't release the molly. He gets blind. He just stays on his gun. He loses the fight against Electronic, and you can see how, despite having 3 players there, they're just dying one by one, not really playing together. Here Electronic is going to get the kill on Dabs, and that's going to force the rest of EG to say, well, Bit is here also now activated. He gets the kill, and that only leaves, I believe, Breezy, who saves the gun at the end of this round. So just like, if the coordination was a little bit better, if he releases that incendiary, that makes it awkward for Navi to take the site. Maybe he lives long enough to set up a crossfire with Obo, or maybe an extra flash from Dabs. Maybe, the Molotovs are going to pass from Navi. He can get back into dark, get back into triple in a more annoying position. But that just doesn't happen. They lose that round, and we saw the Boomich round later on where they again wanted to retake top Banana. They had good timing. They had 3 players there, but just unlucky that Boomich swings as they're flashing and he gets all 3 kills, right? Those are 2 rounds that are definitely going to hurt. They could have given EG more momentum. That could have turned things around for them, but, Navi, a little bit of luck and a lot more of just being the better team.
So you're saying it's like 20% luck, 50%. No, we're not going to do all that. Anyway, all the skills out there in the Twitch chat, we know that you're just ready for this next map to start. We know that you want to see if EG can pick up a second map during their time here in the groups, much less win the series over Navi. We're going to find out when we return because we're going to Nuke and we're going to see how it pans out.
Yes, nice shot, my friend.
Cheaters ruining your plays?
I have eyes on the enemy.
Bad servers stopping your shots? What you need is ESEA. Advanced anti-cheat to stop cheaters. And the best servers around, all with 128 tick rate. ESEA, the best way to play CSGO.
It's a must see the progress. Got a ball till you get it hit. They can never do what I could do, cause they on the same stuff. to show them what I'm made of. Yeah, always showing your integrity. Yeah, if you want it, I'ma let them see. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win.
Wake up, put the work in, that's the only way it's gonna work out. Hard work and dedication, no time for procrastination. Takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of heart mixed with motivation. On the days that you're feeling down, look in the mirror for your inspiration. Like, woo, just notice, never stop, never quit. People wanna see you doing good, but never better than them. Gotta push yourself to the limits. You cannot lose if you are not in it. You gotta lose, sometimes it's to win it. Don't get discouraged, it's just the beginning. Yeah, turn up. Don't end up a Timmy Turner. Don't get caught up in the streets. Don't get caught up with a burner, don't be a slow learner. Oh no, you only get one shot, one chance. Talking March Madness at the big dance. Talking big man on campus. Like
no guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win.
Evil Geniuses, they kept it competitive on Inferno, and it was their pick and attempt to take a pop at the champ. Well, the champ, he bled out a little bit yesterday. Big Clan took a chunk out of them and now focused back in pursuit of glory. Navi can't afford another trip up, and so far so good. It is time for them to try and throw the final blow on their map pick, Nuke. And we get to see EG going for that 5 Kevlar defense to start us off.
Yeah, they got 10 rounds yesterday against Mouse.
Yeah.
So that was without the pistol as well. They won the 4 space. Let's keep our eyes on that. Obo had a great performance, 24 kills for him.
I do have a lot of interest to see how they handle the pressure Navi like to exert out yard. It's a bit fruity, it can get a bit high octane and requires a lot of talking, a lot of rotation management. I mean, look what they're doing in the bloody pistol, Chad.
Yeah, they love that smoke on towards main, and the 1x bet onto the top of your screen heavily favor Navi to take this one. I think everybody at home with a similar sentiment.
What a dream. You get Boomich coming in from heaven, clearing it out, looking for info. Now it is held, and he'll bait the shot. But the door swings open just as Bit is ready and raring to go. 2. As they look to knock on the lobby door, he takes them both down.
Strapping lung, yeah. Lab, he's strong on the door position, and oh, lordy me, the 3rd kill for Bit. It's a headshot, who would have thought?
Yeah, strapping young lad. Holds his nerve. Oh, he might even get a little chance into a 4th here if Mihu continued his journey. He's actually going to charge on into ramp and try and revenge his fallen comrade, but it will be Simple's 2nd. Using that P250 in Kevlar to great success.
Well, easy peasy. That's the way things started yesterday against Mouse, and now if EG just win the force by it, maybe they can get 10 rounds on this. But yeah, you know, like he was looking for like a newspaper route. Instead, he's the doorman, swings it open. Hello, sir. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, doesn't look particularly impressed either. It won't be until they get the W in the column. It's a must-win.
Could you imagine now for Bit, like they won Cologne, the first land back in whatever it was, 500 days or whatever. That was that's his first like big trophy.
No, that's also his first land.
That's where the bar is set for him now. So what's next? Well, they kind of have to win the major, right? He's not going to get excited otherwise.
Yeah, touche. Most people's first land is in a bloody field somewhere, camping in the mud.
Camping in the mud. Can you imagine pushing your wheelie chair out through that?
Yeah, and this dude's living the high life. Just winning, you know, the first land back in a ridiculously long time. Over 400, was it 500 days by the end of it. Mihu not got much of a shot into this one, and the low site is lost. He's done well to find ahead of Perfecto there, and he's put the bomb on the ground, so the scout of Zerk is a threat. He'd have had to have hit a very snappy shot there, and now just Obo with a scout and a deagle. Simple's having none of it.
A map. Love to see it. Just the headshots being lobbed out left, right, and center.
The 5 headshot strategy.
I was watching, that was Daps there that went down first for the CZ, right? I know that there was a period of time where I think it's called the Frenzy. I don't know its actual name. I think it's like the CZ equivalent in Valorant.
Valorant.
Yeah, that was like really OP for a while. So maybe he's thinking, you know, I don't know how much I got nerfed. Like, I don't keep up a lot. I just look. You've got the old pros I used to follow in North America who made the transition. I just see them tweeting about the game every now and again.
The lay of the land.
Yeah, you get enough.
I love a bit of yard aggression. I'm sure so does Boomich, because he's got him Mac 10 dispatched to... Oh, I didn't quite have enough for the 3rd. Could have had an extra $600, but instead it will just be Boomich's AK getting an extra 600 done. And speaking of AK, Daps is actually pretty happy to have wormed away from combat with an AK-47 on his back.
I think he's wondering where he can hide right now, because that would be pretty handy to take into the next round of play. Or you might want to have a look.
They'll acknowledge this. I think Boomich is... Oh, he's looking the wrong way, yeah. Hang on, I'm standing up.
No.
I'm standing up,
He's
Chad.
being covered.
That's all I'm saying.
CT event player has his number right now. He can't swing.
And I'm sitting down. Okay.
He did actually stand up and then sit down, everybody. Now, if you're interested in what it looks like in here, I bet Harry and Hugo come in every day and like, why do these boxes keep coming in? Like, there's been more boxes.
Well, how do you think Harry and Hugo handle the situation of not being able to see the monitors?
I don't know.
It is peculiar.
That's why I stand on this box.
No, I understand the box strap.
We stand on boxes, everybody, so we have a better vantage point of the screen. We also get to hang off these bars, which is great for my upper back. I'm constantly stretching it out. Otherwise, I feel a bit hunched over. Very Notre Dame-esque.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people listening are probably familiar with the sedentary lifestyle that we've lived.
So maybe right now, if you are listening, as we get into this first gun round, just stand up, you know, shake your legs all about, shake your arms all about. If you can touch your toes, do it. If you can't, give it a try.
Get as close as you can.
Yeah, just, and then while you're up, go to the fridge, grab a glass of water.
From them, they've got fancy, like, automatic fridge?
Yeah, well, you know, the ice dispenser, machine. They've got the water thing next to it. So, and if you don't, the tap works too. So here we go, first gun round. Lay of the land to be established here, and Simple was feeling pretty frisky for a bit of a ramp push right there. Negated by the molly. Daps' sleeper position in warehouse is one we need to keep in the back of our mind for a little bit later. But down the vent we go, so space for Bit here, and seems way too easy.
Yeah, that's come easy as pie. Oh, Mihu, that's not shaped up nicely at all.
There's two here.
Perfecto exposed. Simple's doing all the hard work, though, and Cirque will be forced off the line. Smoked off the line. And Navi, I mean, look at the luxury of Boomich right now. His team has done so much good work. He can go wherever he wants. It's like top site or lower site.
Yeah, and if they just go down lower now, Bits had this vent rotation the entire time. So the only way that EG can contest this is if they were to brute force their way down secret. And Bits seems to have a good idea that that is the only option in. So there's nobody lower. All three members are kind of wrangled here. And I hate to say it again, but it feels like a save. So Bit slipped down, I think, completely undetected, right? It looked like he got down without a single issue there. So being able to patrol that lower site, the kills on towards ramp, and, well, that's the round. Simple as you like.
I mean, this is surely going to be quite an apparent gap, though, for the Evil Geniuses. If Navi are on their A game here on the T side of Nuke, they can pull these poor boys around the map.
Look, I just think dealing with Electronic alone outside, like that round right there, Daps killed him. Okay, so that, if you're able to do that, that is the first piece of the puzzle. Then comes the rest of it, right? So this isn't going to be easy. I don't think we're expecting a close scoreline like we had on map number 1. And Yanko pointed out the fact that EG did get both pistols in that game, right? And that always attributes to making the scoreline look a lot closer than it was. But I think the sentiment, and probably for a lot of you at home as well, is that Navi are in control. Right? They felt in control, even though the scoreline maybe not reflected that the entire time, and they will probably feel in control, even if the scoreline now ends up back at 4-4 or 6 rounds for EG on the good. You're not going to be doubting Navi just yet. And Boomich is into a Mac 10 here, so let's see. Where does he want to take that?
Ooh, Cirque little run boost to get himself up on the Aggie line. I'd love to see him stick around here for long enough. Oh, so many people, so many, and he does track Electronic, escapes through the credit card, and look how far Boomich is into the lower side. What was that? We cut to his POV for a second. Nice find from Obo. He's already so pushed up. His team will join him.
Oh, they pulled 2 down here, though, so this is a good defense for EG.
Yeah, it looks set for success indeed. Oh, and a perfect Mihu spray. Boomich just doesn't have the weapon to react accordingly, and so EG will respond with a round.
And that's 2 rounds in a row. Electronic is the first guy to get picked off, right? So there's so many moves that he has, maybe a little bit liberal in these first 2, but we'll get to sink our teeth into this as the gun round will come out again. So this is it. Cirque is in no man's land, and this is only really made possible by the fact that Boomich isn't on top of Silo, and that's where you'll see him in a lot of these Navi rounds, especially more default-esque. Nice little spray down there from Mihu. And here we go, back in. Nice little lineup there for Electronic, so he can do it once he's already garnered space here to the reverse side of main. The lobby crawl now towards Cirque's AWP at ramp. Gonna be hard to break this.
Yeah, they don't have an AWP of their own, so... Oh, a real opportunity presented itself there for Cirque, and a frustrated wiggle of his mouse as he knows that was a dry peek into his AWP. Still a 5v5. Obo could lose his life on the checks from Simple. He's looking for the anyway in. Taking cursory glances towards that bomb site. Now, back to ramp. Cirque will get a second shot at it if they commit behind Bits util. Yeah, that's a very sus smoke. I think that won't incite a rotation. It looks like it has. And oh, here comes Electronic. A little late to the party. He arrives for a top take. Even trade. Freeze did something. Bit does a whole lot more.
They both just poked their head up. I want to see that from Bits POV. He just wrecked him. Okay. Well, impact player of the round. And I wonder why. Aim map for Bit. Oh. Okay.
They put their heads together, and not in a good way. Bong. Bong.
Ouch. Okay. Well, they get another buy. Cirque will get his big green again. MP9 for DAP, so it's still pretty threatening, all things considered.
And the wild journey of Electronic. Oh no, Boomich has just jumped straight into the vents and Dabs is dead. This is mean. They make it across. They have the sight, and dare I say it, unless Mihu gets more than one, which he gives a good go. He's softened him up and delayed. The doors are blown off as well. Circa's got an environment where he could thrive. He's been smoked off on one line. They'll anticipate the second on the reposition. And Molotov'd out of that as well. Wow, that was perfectly handled.
Do you want me to say it?
You don't have to, if you don't want to.
I don't think I'm going to say it.
Nah, let's just see what happens when you... Like, so let's see how it feels when you don't say it.
All right.
Like, let's just try it on.
All right.
Try it on for size.
It feels weird.
It does feel weird. But, like, everyone watching knows what's happening.
I hope they do.
Like, we don't even need to say it or imply it.
Guys at home, spell it out.
I don't think they could spell it one letter at a time.
No?
In the chat, without someone messing it up? No way.
You don't reckon Twitch chat have that ability?
What, to spell a 4-letter word?
I don't know.
In the